Okay, welcome to the live stream. Let me turn my video on so you can see me. And well, there you go. We've got a wonderful backdrop today. I forgot to turn off I think this is a great background. Just get that fern in the background. Looks even better. So what we're going to cover today, well, before we get into that, my name's Harsha and I'm from Cindog Media, where we help you to market even better. What we do is we help small to medium businesses on their marketing journey, on their sales journey. And if you need some support, you can definitely reach out to us on our email, which is contact@cindogmedia.com. More about our contact details in detail soon. We are streaming live across Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Daily Motion. I'm losing track of the number of channels that we are streaming across. However, the number is growing. If you have any questions and you have one of these, you can surely text me those questions while we are live. If you want us to, I'm just going to open it up so it is visible, and if there's anything that you want to send through, please do, and I will endeavor, got it right in front of me, I will endeavor to answer it as we go through the material today. Also, if you have anything that you want us to cover in the future, any videos you'd like for us to go through on any particular topics, tools, marketing tools, sales processes, sales tools, text those in and I'll add it to our ever-growing list of videos that we are looking to create in 2024 and years to come. What we'll cover today is basically going on with the sales calling process. Today we're going to get into qualifications and go through what's involved, as well as a qualification sales calling script, that part of the sales script, which we'll endeavor to cover. And you can copy the template and implement it in your own business if you are doing the sales calls, or you can create it and outsource that. If you need some support for someone to make calls, we have a number of people who can do that for you on varying budgets, depending on which location you're after. So enough of me going on about what we're going to do. We are just going to go ahead and do it. Let's get the share up. There we go. We have it up. Let's go into slideshow mode. And just a quick recap of what we covered last time. I'm just going to go back a few slides. Yesterday, we covered part 5, which was setting expectations. And we went through some wordy paragraphs that ChatGPT gave me, because I thought my words were there wasn't enough words in it, but I think it went a little bit too far. And we went through a setting expectations script. Now, this will build upon that today, which is the qualification part of the sales script. So in the I jumped ahead a little bit. So the sales qualification process, what we'll go through, these are the main things that we're looking to do in this part of the script, right? So I want to go through at a high level, what are we doing? So we want to go through with your prospects on what's in it for them. This is the benefits, right? We want to go, what are they going to get out of this process? What are they going to get out of doing business with you, right? Describe to your customers what you do and make it simple to avoid the customer getting confused with information overload. The last thing you want to do on a sales call is for the customer to just get confused and then they just either hang up or they'll go, look, I'm too busy right now. That is mainly a couple of reasons that people will hang up, right? It's just too much for them. They've got too much going on, and you phone them in the middle of something that they're doing that's very important to them, although your product or service might actually save them more time and money in the long run. They just don't have time for that. They want you to go through it as quickly as possible, right? So if you overwhelm them, if you confuse them, they will get off the call. Now, one thing I'm going to do, and I'm meant to do this before, I'm just going to If I can do this, this would be awesome. And I will do it next time. Just want to see me. Nope. I'm going to stop the share for a second. Just bear with me. Bear with me. All right. All right. Here we go. Now, for those of you who forgot to figure out who I am, who is this guy going on about sales calls, I'm going to put in my name and my email. And you could do this on your Zoom meetings too. And you can see it right down the bottom, right? I meant to do that before we started the call, but with all the preparation and getting Restream to work, kind of skipped my mind, I have to say. So let's get back into it. Sales calls, qualifications. So let's get back here. Right. Okay. So where we got up to is, describe to your customers what you do and make it simple to avoid getting the customer confused and information overload. The next step is to figure out if the prospect has the ability to make the decision on the behalf of the business. Now, if they don't, then do not continue with the call, right? In the sense, you don't just hang up on them and go, hey, you're not the decision maker. I don't want to talk to you. No, of course not. Ask politely, when can we get them on the call so we can make that decision, right? Make that decision and then move forward with the process of getting them on board. So this is important. We'll go through that in more depth soon. And then finally, let your prospect, wording's wrong, but get your prospect to verbalize the reasons for them buying the product or service in their own words, right? So apologies for the typo there, but you need to basically get it in their own words. It's great. You've got a great product. It's great that they need the product, but they've got to want it, right? It's just like any other relationship. You don't just blurt it on there and expect them to buy it. You've got to get them to want to buy the product and get them in their own mind go, hey, this is why I need the product because, it's going to save me time and money. It's going to make me more money. Great. I'll go and buy high level or I'll go and buy, whatever the cindog media is offering right now. So these are the four steps that we are, aiming to achieve through this qualification process. So the next step is for us to really go through this call script. However, I just wanted to articulate at this point, just stop the share, why do sales calls, what do people find difficult in sales calls? And really, I find most businesses, it's actually making the calls, because the business owners are so busy doing the business or providing that product or service. Actually making the calls is actually a difficult thing, blocking out those times because they're so busy, they are involved in the business. They're not actually out of the business, they're actually working in the business. So it's really another job, right? So that is one of those sticky pain points that customers find, that customers that I've talked to find difficult in their business to actually make those calls. So that's important to keep in mind. However, knowing the process as a business owner is a wonderful thing to do because when you get the right person on board, whether you hire someone from cindog Media or you go out to the market, you might go to Upwork, you might go to Fiverr, and you may go through a few people, but you find the right person. To find the right person, you need to know the process. Hence, you are here, you are watching this video and going through and going, oh, okay, well, I can create the script and provide it to them. Yeah. And this is where it's going to benefit you. So just wanted to mention that. Just in if you're wondering, well, why do I need to know this stuff? So let's go back. Let's go back to our presentation. So if we move forward, it's a little bit slow to respond. So if I click this, so if we start at this part. Let me go through with you let me go through with you how we do what we do at Cindog Media. We start with looking at your business with a bird's eye view and creating a one-page business map that details what you do, how you do it, and who your customers are. And there's more to it, right? I haven't gone into full depth, but there'll be a bit more there. This is how we help all our customers. Does this sound good to you? Now, if for your business, you need to change those words to, let me go through with you how we do, personal coaching at John's personal coaching business, or how we do Pilates at James or John's Pilates studio, whatever it is. So you can adapt that bit. Then you pause and wait for a response from the customer or the prospect. Have that conversation. What we've understood is that customers are looking to figure out what problems their customers are actually having, where to find these customers, and how to engage them. So we've done so again, another typo. So what we've done is found a way to map this out in one simple step, which allows you to have all this information condensed into one page. So, which is the one-page business map, which we actually do, right? This helps media, the sales side of things, everything that we do, and we spend the time to do it because it is and you ask them, Emily, does that kind of process sound good to you? They might go, oh, wow, that's great. I've never thought of doing that. Great, why? Yeah, well, and they might go, well, it'll help me understand my customers, where they are, wait for their response. Now we figure out what appeals to you. Tell me a bit more about your business, and they'll go into a bit more about their business. That will come to us for a website, social media, or video. Your number one priority. Pause for and wait for a response. What do you think? What do you think a few impacts of not having this priority are? Wait for their response. What's happening there? Tell me more. So you need to have that conversation, right? Again, I keep going back to the fact that this is a dialogue. This is not a monologue. If you want to do a monologue, go out and start doing some acting, and there's lots of places you can do monologues. This is a dialogue. It's a two-way conversation, and you're talking from here and you're talking from here, talking from here, talking from here. It's not just logic, heart, right? You can get off track if you do that, but you've got to keep going, rotating those emotionally as well as through logic in what you do. How long have you had this concern? Pause and wait for a response. When would you like to see this change by? Pause and wait for a response. So let them talk, let the customer or the prospect talk. At this point, like a fit for your product or service, call it out. It's your business. If you can offer something in the future. So you might say something like, I think although the reason why the prospect is not a fit, I think we can help you, although making a 3-hour movie, I wouldn't go into that. We don't do animation. At Cindog Media, we do not do animation. So I think we can help. However, animations, we don't actually do animations. We do videography and video editing. This may imply it might not be a right fit at this point in time. However, in the future, we may have animations, or you may need video, that video editing or video production services. So tell me, who else? So let's say they are a fit. So that you might ask, just to clarify, if they are the only decision maker. So tell me, who else is there to bounce the decision off, or would you be doing it all yourself? Pause and wait for a response. At this point, stop here if they are not the decision maker or the sole decision maker. I've said stop here. I wouldn't end the call. However, I will get that person on the call. Are they there? Can they talk to us right now so we can make this happen, for you? Or do you want to, reschedule this conversation to tomorrow, where you can get them on the line? At that point, you can make that call. The longer you wait, the longer they have time to doubt and fall off that sales path. So the sooner you can do this, the better, because they will definitely, go ahead, well, not definitely, but they are more likely to make that buying decision a lot quicker. So at this point, I'm going to stop the share, and we've covered quite a bit here. What I want to ask you at this point, if you're listening, obviously you're not going to answer because we are doing this on. Well, you can ask me a question, like I said, on WhatsApp. However, I think at this point it's important again to reiterate those. A lot of businesses avoid sales calls for the primary reason it's a little bit misty, right? It's like if you're a cold caller, there's this connotation that there's this thing that it's not a thing to do. It's kind of below a business to go and call. But if you think about it, in the world of business or in the world of even employment, how do you let's go if you're a job seeker, how do you get a job? You go and apply. How many applications do you do? Lots, right? You make a lot of phone calls. You send a lot of job applications, and then one of them will pick you. You just got to have that faith. Sales calls. If you make one sales call, no, you make as many as you can, and 10% of those you'll go on to the next stage. 10% of those you qualify and you close. It's just a numbers game. You have to just keep doing it. So in terms of, I guess, having that mindset of is sales calls good or sales calls bad? Sales calls are just sales calls. It's just something you do. It's just a process that you follow. There's no emotion about it other than you just, you take action. So again, having those pain points of not having time to do sales calls as a business owner, I don't think you can really avoid it. I think it's one of those avenues that's readily available for you to do or for you to hire someone. So if you need some support, reach out to us. Again, our email